is Dan.
And my name is also Dan.
And welcome back to the Dan the Games Man podcast. And it is hot today. You may hear we've got a fan running in here, but it's the only way we're going to survive this blistering heat wave. We have lots of hot gaming news this time, but regardless of the weather, we're always going to be playing games. So Dan, what have you been playing this past fortnight?
Well, I've been dipping back into some sort of comfy jumper games, being 7 Days to Die, very peaceful. Arizona Sunshine 2, Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, popping some VR back in.
Nice, two of my favourite VR games I've experienced so far.
They're pretty good, and what more do you want when it's super hot than to strap a small TV to your head and run around inside?
So you could have actually been playing Super Hot.
Damn.
That would have been a really good segue to talk about VR.
That would have worked. Oh well, we know for next time. And also, I've dipped into Achilles Survivor.
Ooh, tell me about that.
Which it kind of scratches my Vampire Survivors itch. It's not as expansive, there's not as much going on, but you play as one of many sort of archetypal ancient Greek heroes.
Nice. Do
some Survivor style gameplay, but also you build towers occasionally.
Cool. So it's kind of a Vampire Survivor tower defense game? Or?
Effectively, yeah. You can build like towers that shoot out spikes, flame turrets. You can get ones that give support buffs and things like that. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
It does the job.
Really good.
And last night I did get the demo for Hell Is Us.
Yes, I did see that demo. Have you played it yet?
I have.
Does it live up to the hype? Because I'm very excited for this game.
The world, very interesting. The theme and like the puzzles of it is like, okay, it feels a lot more natural with the exploration. You get a map kind of every now and then to travel to certain areas, but you don't have an in-game map, as it were.
Is it a bit like kind of Stalker, where it's like you have to actually physically look at a map and kind of direct yourself using landmarks and stuff?
If you even had that, you have a compass, and that's it.
Interesting.
It actually fell down at the combat for me, though.
Okay.
It was. It wants to kind of be not quite Soulsy, but there's parrying, there's dodges, there's the lock on. But the problem with the enemies being these weird like stuttery things that have like a weird frame rate, you can't parry that. You don't know if they're just having a jiggle.
Oh, that could be really annoying.
And it doesn't feel very weighty. So the world and all that, very nice.
That was what really kind of intrigued me about it, was the world. It looked, dare I say, a little bit Kojima-y.
I did get that vibe.
Yeah, it looks like it's got a little bit of Death Stranding, a little bit of crazy Metal Gear Solid in it.
Definitely, that was the vibe I was getting.
But it's more Dark Soulsy combat.
Yeah, and straight off the bat from the opening, what I assume is the opening cinematic, they may have cut it up differently for the demo. Everyone seems normal, apart from this one dude that looks like, I want to say the mayor from Nightmare Before Christmas. He's got like a big hat, slug face.
That I think is what actually really intrigued me about the game.
I was like, what? And that's very Kojima-y, as
yes,
Fat Man.
Yeah. Yeah,
strange.
that's what I was thinking, like kind of Fat Man, that kind of it kind of has a bit of a kind of is it Twin Snakes feel? No, not Twin Snakes. Snake Eater feel.
Yes, very much actually, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's very peculiar. I'm not 100% sold on it because of the combat, but then the exploration and the puzzles does feel quite fun.
Cool. Anything else you've been playing this week other than the obvious, which we'll get onto in a minute?
No.
So, me and my wife have been smashing through It Takes Two. Surprisingly long game for a co-op game.
Oh.
Because we thought we must be coming to the end. It's kind of storyline wise, we're like, oh, this could be the end. But it's like, no, there's lots more. And I kind of did look up how many levels it is. And I think it is a fairly weighty. It looks like it could be like a 15-hour campaign, which for co-op is quite surprising.
Yeah.
But it kind of just keeps bringing in fresh things.
Okay.
I think I said last time we were in space, then we could kind of be like giant or small. And then we kind of have bits where you have gunplay. Now it's even brought in like Diablo-esque.
Okay.
So basically you get you have one of you's a wizard, one's like a warrior, one of you has fire, one has ice. It kind of becomes like a top-down, isometric kind of Diablo clone, which is really cool. Then there's a bit which is like parkour flight simulator where you get some fidget toys and they turn into helicopters.
That's quite fun.
And it's just the perfect kind of game for short attention spans and short play. You can play for 2 hours or an hour, and you'll even. But basically, it changes it up every half an hour or so.
Okay,
Every
that's
half
good.
an hour, you'll either be in a different world, you'll get a different skill you can use, or something else. There's lots of puzzles. It's just a really, really good game. Like, I'm gutted I kind of slept on it for so long.
Fair.
But it's definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, I suppose that's good as well with like the co-op nature of it, that it changes it up, because then it kind of maybe reduces the chance of getting really irate with the other person.
Yeah, and I think the thing is, you could definitely replay it because the characters have very different skill sets, which kind of work really well with each other. But you could just swap and play as the other character. But it never feels like one person's doing everything, and I wouldn't say there's like an easier character.
Cool.
It basically just goes between the two, and you're both kind of doing lots at one time.
Nice.
So yeah, been going through that with my wife. On my own person, I've been playing a new game from Annapurna Interactive, one of my favourite developers. So as soon as they drop a game, I always jump on it. I think I kind of missed this one. It kind of dropped on Games Pass. It must have just been in the thrall of games that come out recently. I just missed it. It's a game called Wheel World.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, I would say it's a soft, cozy game.
Okay.
It's pretty chill. It's essentially it's an open world bike riding game,
Mm-hmm.
but it's all kind of half cel shaded, very like pastel-y, very chill, has a very ambient kind of lo-fi indie soundtrack.
Okay.
And essentially you just ride around, do races, earn credits, so you can like upgrade your bike. You can even build like a really fast bike that has no grip, or like a really grippy bike, which is like good. Some courses, and it's all different courses. Like you get BMX, mountain bikes, road racing, then you have kind of just through the fields. It's basically like a very basic Forza but with bikes.
Okay.
But because it's Annapurna Interactive and it has to have that weird twist, the weird twist is your bike is haunted by an ancient spirit who's a skull. What would you name a skull?
Scully.
Yep, the skull is called Scully.
Perfect.
And basically you're trying to build an immortal bike out of legendary parts so you can go through the sewers of time to reset the future. Or something. The storyline is so barely there. Essentially, then you just go to these shrines, which are like the watchtowers in Assassin's Creed. It opens up the entire map. Do some races, find some hidden parts, build your dream bike, and then there is a big kind of, I wouldn't say it's a big twist. It's not exactly like some Metal Gear Solid S twist, but there's a twist.
Where would the twist be after you've already got a haunted bike?
There's
There's
a slight twist about halfway through, which does ramp up the difficulty, but I've been just kind of playing half hour, 40 minutes each morning. It's really good kind of coffee in the morning kind of game. It's fairly chill. The difficulty isn't that bad. It's just a really nice kind of chill game, really.
That sounds fun. I might have to give that one a look.
Yeah, it's I just don't think you can go wrong with basically anything by Annapurna Interactive. So they just make. I think I've enjoyed every single game they've made.
Which some of the other ones are theirs, I forget.
So they made What Remains of Edith Finch, I think. They made Donut
yeah,
Country. I'm going to have an absolute blank what they've made.
But no, that gives a pretty good
Yeah,
idea of.
they're basically kind of they're the classic. They're probably my indie game darling.
Fair.
But yeah, I think that's all I've been playing this week, because obviously, as well, we were smashing through what will be for now the final Down the Games Man Game Club short game of the fortnight, because we just need to change things up periodically.
Yeah.
We've smashed many games this year. Well,
Yes.
some I haven't smashed. I digress. Games about fun, and some of them weren't very fun. But yeah, this time we've been going through a bit of a classic, a bit of a throwback, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, and impressions.
It's fun hearing Michael. How do you even say his last name? Bane. Michael.
No,
Kyle Reese chewing the scenery as he does his voice acting is pretty great. The humour's on point. First impressions, I was like, the shooting's a bit jank, but I pushed through and played some more. It's like, oh, actually, yeah, it's pretty fun. And
my main issue with it is obviously he is if you don't know, he's a cyborg built in the far future. Is it 2005?
yeah, something silly.
It's a far future. It's like an 80s action film set in 2005. He is a human cyborg commando called
Rex Power Cult.
Rex Power Cult, and has to take down an evil dictator who is basically doing some evil dictator style stuff. Very Resident Evil experimental kind of stupidity.
This went wrong. How?
And essentially sent to a small area of the... Is it actually an area from the Far Cry 3 map?
I think it might be, yeah, and just like reskinned and
Yeah, reskinned and covered in neon. And it's very... That would be my only complaint. But when you first start, the enemies, which are all cyborgs, are absolute bullet sponges.
They really are. And some of the hit detection is a bit iffy as well.
Because you kind of start the game and you're in a helicopter with a minigun, and my favourite thing about the entire game is every time you fire a minigun for more than 3 seconds, Rex Power Culture is going, ah! And it will do that because the clip doesn't run out, as you have about 400 rounds. She'll just have the game going, ah! For like 30 seconds.
Which is what you want to do when you fire a minigun,
Yeah,
to be honest.
but then you kind of go into the main game and you're like, here's a pistol, it takes like 20 shots, 20 headshots to take down an enemy, and you're like, this is really annoying. It kind of ruins the immersion of being like this badass cyber commando. But I think early on, as in most Far Cry games, the kind of idea is to be stealth.
Yeah.
But the stealth, I feel like it takes away from the massacre.
Yeah. When was the last time in a proper sort of old school 80s thing like that you saw them really use stealth?
Yeah,
Didn't.
like you get like a tiny bit like normally, but I suppose you get a little tiny bit at the start, then they get like machine gun and start getting everything.
Or come out of a shed with a missile launcher for some baffling reason.
So yeah, I've kind of plan was just to smash through it. Obviously you finished it, yeah?
Sadly, no.
Did you not?
I spent too much time farting around, just adventuring and doing side quests and killing cassowaries.
So, I also spent too much time farting around doing side quests because I was like, oh, I can smash this out in a day or two. No, my ADHD OCD decided to take over every single base, do every single side mission, kill every animal, do every hunt.
Nice.
I literally got the Ubisoft bug and decided I'm going to clear the map.
Nice. And
I did clear the map, but then I reckon if you stormed that game and just did every single story mission, it's less than an hour.
Jesus.
It's about 7 missions, but the last couple... Which mission did you get up to?
There's not that many story missions got done.
Because the annoying thing is you get all the best weapons in the story missions. Like you get the flamethrower, you get the minigun to use all the time. Did you get the minigun?
No, sadly.
No. Then you get... Oh, it's called like the Kill Star or something, which essentially is a wrist-mounted laser, which will one-shot everything. And you can just, but it also takes your life away.
Huh.
But it's like just everything in that area dies. It's like War of the Worlds-esque laser.
Nice.
And then basically by the end it becomes way more fun because you're basically running around with miniguns and lasers. And they're essentially indestructible because the level up system in that game does work quite strange, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's basically like you get a handful of skills per level, and did you actually hit the highest level just by doing side stuff?
It got pretty high. I don't think I got right up there, but it's like...
Yeah, because you get leveled up pretty surprising that. And yeah, I actually still really enjoyed it. I do think it kind of holds out a lot of its best toys until too late in the game.
Yeah, to be fair.
The fire mechanic, which back in the day did blow me away, doesn't really affect that much in this.
Yeah, because you could use that quite handily to help infiltrate bases and like futz with things, couldn't you? Because you could set fire to an ammo crate and just be like,
yeah,
which I enjoyed.
Yeah, and I think also I don't surprisingly with the entire game being based on it, I don't think the blood dragons really had that much of the game.
Yeah, it's like, oh, lure them over. It's like, or I could not and just go in with a bow and completely just.
It very much does turn into Rambo because it is much easier until you get the minigun and the kill star, whatever it's called, to just bow and arrow everyone.
It's very satisfying.
But I think we spoke about it while we were playing it. Some of the kind of lock on is opposite.
Yep.
It will always go slightly to the side and they'll go, it's over there. And then they go, so the entire base goes, turns with that one missed shot, don't they?
Yeah, it's like the piano stops playing in the saloon and everyone turns to you and be like, what?
Yeah, it's a real like kind of twitch, everyone's there.
Yeah.
And did you ever have to fight like the flamethrower troopers?
Nope.
Annoying as hell. Really, really annoying. Basically, bullet sponges, even more, can set you on fire, which is really annoying. The other thing as well, I found like, because obviously then I was like, I'm going to do everything in this game, And I kind of started to realise, because I was spending so much money throughout the game refilling my ammo at the supply things, by the time I'd finished the entire game, all the side missions, every single thing, all the main missions, I did not have enough money to buy the upgrades.
No.
And there was no money like kind of littering the map. The only thing I could do is I'd go around and massacre people and get like $20 per time. Considering I need like $10,000 to finish the game at that point, so I just kind of gave up, which was disappointing.
Yeah, fair.
So that's a top tip if you are going to play through Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, save your money in game.
Yeah.
Feel free to buy the game.
I'm not buying this game anymore.
I think it's on Ubisoft. I actually had a physical edition which I got from Limited Run with that giant collector's edition, which is still pretty sick.
I think I had it in my library from when it was on PlayStation Plus ages ago.
That's crazy. But yeah, really good game. I think Far Cry games are one of those ones. For any Ubisoft game, I'll probably play about one a year, and then I'll have enough of the Ubisoft formula.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will probably go back to a Ubisoft game next year now. But right, let's get into some news, because I have infinite news. Did you want to start, or do you want me to dive straight in?
You want me to dive straight in this time if you wish.
Right, let's get out of the way then straight away. So, Helldivers news.
Yes.
Have you got the Helldivers news?
I have some Helldivers news.
So, Helldivers is launching on Xbox very soon.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the trailer they dropped yesterday at the time of recording?
Was this the one with the lone hell pod?
Yes.
And the music that's of particular interest?
It is.
Yes. Would you like to continue?
Yes, so basically, this hasn't been announced yet, but it's about as subtle as a slap in the face. It looks like Helldivers, when it launches on Xbox, is going to get Halo ODST content, and I think we are here for it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm down for that.
And yeah, we'll probably talk about, randomly, for later, because later on in this podcast, we will talk about games of shame. Games we probably should have played at this point in our gaming career, but haven't, and Halo will again come up there. But yeah, so that's very exciting. We also got our Helldivers news of the week in early.
Yeah. Straight in.
I think it's going to have cross-play, so it'd be interesting to see. It'd be interesting to see if there's going to be console exclusive content. Because if we get, I'd buy it. I probably would buy it again.
That's fair.
I think if I could transfer my content, my unlocks so far over to Xbox, and then get exclusive guns and kind of armour, I'd probably buy it again for like 30 quid.
Yeah.
To support the developers, because it's one of the best games I've played for a long while.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be the best way to kind of kickstart it, as it is starting to slowly
kind of taper off a little bit.
Taper off a little bit. Which is a really nice segue into the next piece of news. So, I'm slowly losing my voice. Hopefully we can get through the podcast. That's a story for another time. The Alan Wake developers are planning a big relaunch for FBC Firebreak.
Oh.
So, you haven't played it, have you?
That's kind of a game of shame. It's downloaded and installed.
Yeah,
I've not played it.
I played a good couple of hours one weekend and thoroughly enjoyed it, but I did feel like I saw a majority of that there was to see. One thing I did like about it when I played it, it's definitely, I would say it's slower. I don't want to say it's aimed towards the older gamer, but it's definitely not Call of Duty speed. It kind of feels a lot more kind of Halo or Portal 2-esque, or even like Team Fortress.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it. I only played it by myself because I didn't have any friends who had it at the time, or I think no one could really. It was a really random time, like Saturday afternoon, as you do. But I digress. I enjoyed it, but it seems like not a lot of people played it because it peaked on Steam at 1,992 players.
Ooh.
And again, as of yesterday, its concurrent players are 24. So that's 3 per game. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. It's 8 servers, 8 games that going on at the moment. So I think it's 3 per game if they're full. So there's 8 games concurrently going. But they're not giving up on the game because I think it is a good game. I think it just came out at a bad time.
I think so, yeah.
It came out in between like Doom the Dark Ages, Clair Obscur, every other game at Hattonfall, every game basically we've played this year and haven't played that.
Yeah.
So I think with a big relaunch, I think it could do really well.
One would hope.
But yeah, I will chuck it back to you.
So kind of on the coattails of that actually, where I thought you might have been going, as this is also news from Remedy, they have confirmed that they are still fully working on and moving to the next stage in the dev cycle of a remake of Max Payne 1 and 2, which I think we wished for a few episodes back.
Yes. Also, if you could just chuck some Max Payne 3. Actually, Max Payne 3 doesn't really need a remake.
Nah, not this.
It's HD.
I mean,
It's also incredibly good.
say that. No, they did Horizon or Zombie Bike Man Simulator. They did need a remake, but here we are.
I know, Rockstar. Well, I suppose Rockstar... No, because that wouldn't be Rockstar, would it?
I think it was. It's Remedy, but then published by Rockstar, so they're still working together in some way.
But it would be nice to get some slightly less square faces.
That would be good. Although if you've seen the guy that they actually did the facial capture from, it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, he's pretty square.
Yeah.
Also, it hasn't really aged.
No, it's quite weird. He must have made a deal with some sort of horrible Crossroads demon.
But yeah, I'd be well up for that. That's
Absolutely
definitely a remake we actually need. I think games from like PS2 era definitely do need remaking now, just for like it's getting harder for a lot of people. Casual games, don't use that as an offence, but people who want to go back and play some of the classics on newer systems, because putting a PS2 into a 4K TV isn't ideal.
No, it looks kind of like refried ass. It's not.
Yeah, and I can imagine Max Payne, while the gameplay's probably done really well, I can't imagine it graphically standing up.
No, and I remember it very fondly, and I bet if I went back to it, it'd be like, my 4 pixels, how have you been?
Okay, so, which way should we go for now? So, this is the news, no one expected. So, they are adding the Jurassic Park Islands to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. So you'll be able to fly to the... they wrote an exact word, it's like acapella, but it's like a word for a group of islands.
Archipelago.
Archipelago. You'll be able to go to Isla Nuba, Isla Sorna. We should know this is Jurassic Park fan. The other Jurassic Park islands. You'll be able to basically. Have you played Microsoft Flight Simulator recently?
No.
I played it when it first came out, and I was absolutely blown away because I literally flew a plane over this house.
Nice.
And I was like, that's where I live. And I was like, let's go here. And I was like, that's where I go. And I could bet it's incredible because you can basically go on a virtual tour of the world.
That's pretty baller.
I don't know what it's done with, like witchcraft, I presume. But yeah, you'll be able to fly to the islands, you'll be able to land your plane, get out, walk around, see dinosaurs, including Brachiosaurus, Dimorphodon, T-Rex, Raptors in an expansion coming late August, early September. Don't know if it's a paid expansion, but it's kind of cool.
That's pretty baller, to be fair.
That's a graphical powerhouse, that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild. I wasn't expecting that at all.
No. I'll go for another thing no one was expecting. So, can you remember Castle Crashers?
Oh, yeah, the massive head dudes.
Yeah, one of the best couch co-op games released on the much-loved Xbox Live Arcade.
Yes.
About 7 million years ago. So it has its first DLC in 10 years.
Excuse me?
They just shadow dropped a new DLC for Castle Crashers after a decade. It's the Painter Boss Parade. It's $4, so probably £4 because that's money. It has a new world map, an official new character, and the ability to create your own playable characters also.
Fair. That's a weird thing to drop at this time in life, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, very odd. I know they dropped like a physical re-release of it like about a year ago, but I think it sold out pretty quick, or I just forgot to buy it. Yeah, I'll chuck it back to you.
So, kind of, not entirely tied in, but thematically with what you said a minute ago, movies. So,
I like movies.
Alien Rogue Incursion, the VR game, is getting a full console release now of a standard non-VR version.
Oh, that's going to be terrifying regardless.
So I was still planning on playing it VR, but maybe I'll not, just so I don't spoil
That's
anything.
more Alien isolation rather than anything else.
Yeah, a little bit more action, but it looks very isolation-y.
Yeah,
which is
it
pretty
looks
cool.
very scary Alien.
And sort of on the back of that as well, as of yesterday at the time of recording, so the 12th, Alien Fireteam Elite was added to Games Pass.
I did see that because today, the day of recording, Alien Earth starts on Disney.
Yeah, boy.
And I've heard good things about it. And as an Alien fan, I'm very excited for it.
Yeah, I should have to catch up on that one.
Yeah, I think that's my literal plan for this evening. And I'm going to jump in here because as well, I know we mainly talk about games, but we can kind of segue this one in. Twisted Metal Series 2 is out now, and it is absolutely incredible. I thought the first series of Twisted Metal was good. This second season is way better. They drop new episodes every Friday on Paramount Plus.
Sweet.
Which I think a lot of people get through their Amazon Prime. We get it through Sky. This isn't paid content, sadly, unless you want it to be. But yeah, Friday nights now are party night. I watch new Twisted Metal and South Park on Paramount Plus every Friday night. That's where we're at in 2025. It's been really good so far, especially like them bringing in a lot more characters from the Twisted Metal universe. I don't want to spoil who they are, but they've brought them in, and they have really done them justice. Like, they've absolutely nailed it. Like, it's so good.
Makes a good change.
Not enough people are watching it, so please, everyone, watch it. Or else. Or else Samoa Joe will appear and get you.
Okay, I'm gonna quickly jump in with. So I've got one more bit of gaming news and then a couple of other bits of just interesting things.
Okay. I have so much.
Again, coming out yesterday at time of record, a new IP has dropped, Echoes of the End. I haven't played it, I haven't spoken to anyone that has, but it looks very interesting. It's a third-person action-adventure sort of fantasy land game, where you play as a character who can sort of manipulate and control and destroy matter, but it's also sword and sorcery, and it looks very interesting.
Okay.
Very, very deep-looking world. Looks very fun exploration, as well as possibly quite weighty combat.
Nice.
Should be good. Hopefully, and I think it's Game Pass.
Oh, God, of course it is. Right. Less good news. Odd news. So, with new gaming consoles, you kind of presume as they get older, they get cheaper. But now, obviously, as we're living in the end times, nothing makes sense. So the Switch price has risen after 8 years. So the Nintendo Switch, in its 8-year history so far, has never had a price drop, but it has now had a price rise.
Perfect.
So, at the moment, the Switch 2 price will not increase. That's still £1 million.
Yeah. And your firstborn.
The Switch Lite has gone up from $200. These are dollars, but just basically put a pound sign because that's how inflation works now. Switch Lite was $200, now $230. The standard Switch was $300 8 years later, now $340. Switch OLED was $350, now $400.
Perfect.
That's $50 less than Switch 2 basic pack.
Do you think they're just being like dicks about it because maybe some people are going, oh, I want to play this, but I don't want to get Switch 2 or get the cheaper option? They're like,
I feel like they're kind of forcing people's hands, and also Nintendo have announced they're not making any more. So I guess it's trying to get rid of them, but I don't understand why you'd put the price up to get rid of them, but Nintendo.
Yeah.
And it does say other Nintendo products will also see adjustments.
Perfect.
So we don't know what those price changes will be over time, but Nintendo products are probably getting more expensive. But it is worth remembering, which I never really realised, the PS5 and the Xbox Series X are also more expensive now than when they first launched.
Did not catch that either, to be fair.
No, it's because I suppose we were we both are on Xbox All Access, because, it's just easier. You're going to pay for Xbox Games Pass anyway, might just chuck another £10 a month on and get the console. And I think I bought my PS5 so long ago, I forget how much it cost.
Yes.
I just forced that memory down. So yeah, that's happened.
That's some horrible nonsense that's going on.
Yeah, still got much news to get through.
On the subject of things being expensive and baffling, there was a store in California that got robbed for $30,000 of Labubu's. Goddamn Labubu's. If you don't know what they are awful little, they're not even plushies, strange dolls that look like rabbits got violated by a gremlin. They're terrible. And it asks two questions really. One, why? Two, do people not really remember Beanie Babies? Because this is just that nonsense.
Yeah, it seems like they're kind of becoming the new Funko.
Yeah, like this one's valuable. Why?
Also, it's just a classic thing of like they're becoming faked.
Oh yeah.
I think they're in every corner shop now, aren't they?
You go past a vape shop. Oh, Labubu's. Mm.
Yeah, they've added another line to the vape shop. So it's vapes, phone cases, and now Labubus.
It's madness. I don't understand them. I don't like them. I can see why people spread the
Old
rumour
man ran.
This just shakes fist at cloud. Back in my day, these were called Beanie Babies.
So I think that's actually all the news we got.
Ah.
But there has been lots of showcases and conventions recently.
Yes, there have been.
So, did you catch any of Quake Con?
Sadly, no.
I only caught the first night, so there might be stuff I missed because I can't catch them all, unlike Pokemon. But 2 bits of big news I have taken from Quake Con. Heretic and Hexen are back.
Whoop, whoop.
So they've done a remaster of Heretic and Hexen, 2 very good old school boomer shooters for lack of a better term. They dropped instantly on Games Pass.
Clean.
Because obviously now Bethesda owns most things, Microsoft owns Bethesda.
So
So yeah, they are on Games Pass, they are downloaded, I'm ready to jump back into them. And they're also getting a physical release through Limited Run, which I'll undoubtedly pick that up for the Switch because that is my favourite way to play those kind of games.
Yeah.
Because you can just smash out like 3 or 4 levels while on the bus or the toilet.
Or go to the toilet on the bus, as a lot of people smell like they do.
Yeah, or the bus stop. Yeah, so. And the other kind of big news from QuakeCon was an expansion and the first update for Doom: The Dark Ages.
Yeah. This one.
One of the greatest named things ever. Enter the Repertorium. I haven't played it yet, but basically it's waves and waves of demons. You have to crush Hell's legions to unlock the Perfection Slayer skin. So essentially it's Horde mode for Doom: The Dark Ages. I think I've actually uninstalled it since finishing it, but I might jump back in because that sounds incredibly good.
Yeah, I'm there for that.
And did you see any of the Nintendo Partner Showcase?
I did not. I had my fill of insane nonsense for the week.
Oh, thankfully, I'm here, so you do it. I watch it, so you don't have to. So, start off with Monster Hunter Stories 3. Something I have never played before. It's about like...
No, I don't think I have.
it's basically a spin-off of the Monster Hunter series. A series I used to really enjoy, but nowadays I haven't got 200 hours to drop into a game where you might get a drop.
Yeah.
That looks really good. Bit more casual, bit more everyone. Once Upon a Katamari.
Oh yeah?
Brand new Katamari game. This time going through time, it looks like.
Why not?
So I think they showed Roman times, Greek and dinosaurs in the trailer. I think it's also going to have co-op, so that could be quite fun. And then going back to earlier, another remake no one really realised we needed. Crazy Dave is back with Plants vs Zombies Replanted.
Yeah, that seems a rogue one.
Which is now in... They proclaim on the trailer, now in HD.
Okay.
I presume they kind of mean now in 4K, but it very, very plainly states in the trailer, now in HD. It also includes PvP. So I don't know if it's going to be one person plays the plants, one person plays the zombies. I don't think that's anything that's ever been in it. I only really played it mobile on Xbox Live Arcade.
Yeah, I don't remember there being anything like that. So
yeah, another remake, Pac-Man World 2. Game I think only my wife ever played. Did you ever play Pac-Man World?
No.
Basically, poor man's Mario. Final Fantasy Tactics is back. That's reimagining, I think it's a full from the ground up remake of Final Fantasy Tactics, which was only available on the PSP maybe. It's now fully voiced.
Nice.
The Nintendo actually announced another game.
Okay.
Which is about 3 games officially, like they look like they're coming out soon for the Nintendo Switch 2.
It's worth that price.
Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment.
Ah.
Have you ever played a Hyrule Warriors game?
No, it's basically just Dynasty Warriors, isn't it?
It's
But
basically
with...
a Warriors game, yeah, but with Zelda. It's actually really fun.
Okay.
And this one is a direct prequel to Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh.
So adding more lore to that's pretty cool. And then a game This is really the takeaway from me of the entire event, and I'm sure one we will probably play, non-ironically, Chilling by the Fire. Can you guess what that is?
I want to make a facetious joke, but I'm coming up with nothing.
So it is a co-op or single-player cozy fire building game.
Oh,
It is literally what it says on the tin. You build a fire together.
Cool.
So we've had experience of in the real world. It's hopefully easier than that. but this is what I took away. It looked really cool. Basically, you have to pick your fuel. Everyone puts their logs on. You have to keep it burning all night.
Okay.
But the idea is you can chill by the fire. So it has party chat. But they showed it on the Switch 2. And have you seen like when the Switch 2 puts people's faces in game? And it looks like a mix between... What was the floating head in Power Rangers?
Zordon.
Looks like a mix between Zordon and just pure nightmares. So it's just like these weird disembodied heads around a fire. It looks really odd. It's nightmare fuel. Go and watch the trailer again. But yeah, the actual game looks fun. I just will not be using my camera.
That's fair.
Oh my goodness, so much news. There's a new game called Hella, which is a tiny mouse adventure game. Looks a bit like the game Moss. Don't know if you ever played that.
Yeah.
That was quite a cool game. Bit of a hidden gem, that one. It's co-op as well. It's like basically some mice doing magic in the real world. It's like imagine running around a garden, giant spades, flower pots, stuff like that.
Very fun.
This is a game which does look very good. I think this is on other consoles as well as the Switch. All of these, some of these are Switch 2, some are Switch. They did make it very, very abundantly obvious in the trailer, but I didn't write that down. So go back and check them out. But this game is coming on other consoles. I think you would have probably heard about this, Chronos: The New Dawn.
Yeah.
This is definitely up your street.
I really want to play this one.
So it's a Dead Space-esque third-person adventure where the USB of it is basically enemies, if they're not burnt, can mutate and basically form together into big...
Yeah, just some sort of fleshy Voltron of other enemies. Which I'm here for. Like, you just get a horrible Cronenberg shambling flesh mob. It's like, well, I guess I should have burnt that body, shouldn't I? It's a lesson we all need to learn.
Yeah, it's very much kind of like The Thing. But also, I don't know if you knew this about it. So it looks really cool. It's set in an old Metalworks or something, because all horror games are set in Metalworks, aren't they?
I've never seen a new Metalworks.
No, definitely have more Limp Bizkit. Like using the new trailer for Battlefield. I shall come back to that in HD. Where the hell was I? So Chronos: New Dawn. It has time travel mechanic, and you're also haunted by audio and visual anomalies that mess with your head. Which is like, okay, so the game's gonna be creepy. It's gonna be dark. It's gonna be jump scares. It's gonna be messed up enemies. And then it's going to mess with you with audio and visual abnormalities. So I think it's going to do like... Did you ever play Eternal Darkness on the GameCube? I think it's going to be like that. So it's going to be like turn your TV off and like mute it and kind of put it into...
I struggle with my grip on reality as it is.
It sounds like a great night game. And then slightly less scary, but still kind of nightmarish. We have NBA Bounce. Which you're like, Dan, why are you excited about an NBA game? It looks like it could be a new NBA Jam.
Ooh, boom check.
Exactly. It's a 3v3 arcade basketball game, but it uses the mascots. So you'll have like a giant bull for the Chicago Bulls.
Nice.
Or who are the Raptors? Is it Toronto? No, that's America. I'm not. But basically, sports. Basically, sports characters, mascots could be really good. And then they finished off with some games by Square Enix. Adventures of Elliot and Octopath Traveler 0. Two very much classic Square Enix RPG games. Probably about 200 hours between the two.
Dang.
But yeah, pretty mad. But I am going to rewind. Did you play the Battlefield 6 Bad... I'm just going to call it Battlefield 6 Bad Company beta this weekend.
I kept trying to find the right thing on the PlayStation storefront end, and but there's another weekend of it, so I will try.
Is it this weekend?
Yes.
So yeah, day after this drops, you'll be able to play the Battlefield 6 beta again. I am loving it.
Yeah, I've heard good things.
The trailer sold it to me as well, because anything that has Limp Bizkit break stuff, the unedited version as well.
Ooh.
Full swearing,
Nice.
unlike this podcast. With Give Me Something to Break, and it's the destruction in that game. It feels like the first big, large area combat game. Like, all the CODs haven't felt like they've made the jump to this gen.
Yeah, not really, have they?
This does.
Sweet.
Also, top tip, if you turn the HUD off of this game, it becomes PTSD simulator.
Nice.
It's harder to play, but oh my, it looks good if you turn the HUD off, because you just really get the capture of the maps are slightly small. Like, I played a lot on a map called Cairo, which is essentially a very small town which will very quickly get just turned to rubble. I love the tank mechanics. I personally like the fact that snipers have been kind of broken but also fixed.
Okay.
So snipers are now a one-shot kill.
Yeah.
Pretty much wherever you hit somebody, snipers kill.
Okay.
But they are way more visible on the map.
That's good, because camping snipers are the bane of my
So
existence.
you basically get that kind of glint, you know, the classic. I don't think it actually happens in real life. I've
Probably
never
not.
thankfully been tracked by a sniper. But it does also have the advantage of, if you see a sniper, you just launch an RPG at them.
Just throw earth bams.
It's like,
Get
oh
lost.
no, someone's camping in that building. I best should I take them out? No, I'll take out the
I'm
building.
going to remodel this neighbourhood.
And my other only issue with it at the moment, I think they were having it so you could basically use any gun, which I think is stupid.
Yes, agreed.
Because essentially you had Recon running around with shotguns, which are the most broken thing in the history of the game at the moment. But it is a beta. I feel like they may have left the shotguns as having infinite range for a laugh. Because at the moment you can snipe people with shotguns, and it is dumb.
Perfect.
But yeah, the vehicles are incredible. The fact you can now grab somebody and drag them when they're downed is very good. I wish I could still shoot while they were down. That would be cool.
Cool.
But I guess the idea is you're kind of down.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm very excited for it, but I still won't pre-order.
Same. I've been burnt by a lot of Battlefield games, so I'm gonna wait.
And also, I think it's essentially a $69.99 launch price. Nice. And I think if you buy it with the season pass, it's £100.
No.
And I think you get some skins or something, but no silly skins. No Nicki Minaj or Family Guy or American Dad or anything stupid. I think it's literally the it's just the anti of COD now.
Pretty much.
But yeah, I think that takes us to all the end of the news and everything we have played this time.
One more very important bit of news that I think you might enjoy.
What have I missed?
So you were at risk when you were on holiday, as Scotland has called for a seagull summit. Yes. Amid fears that someone could be seriously hurt or killed. People have been left scared and traumatised amid attacks from seagulls on the very northern point of Scotland. I find this difficult to believe, just because this is a country where terrorists attacked the airport and a man that was on fire got kicked in the bollocks so hard that the guy that did it busted a tendon in his foot, and they're afraid of birds. I don't see it.
Scotland is a very different place. Yeah, because if you do not know about that news story, that is not embellishment. Somebody literally tried to do a terrorist attack at an airport and somebody beat the tar out of them.
He's like, he didn't flinch, so I kicked him in the crotch. Like, oh, alright.
But I have seen the size of some of the seagulls. We have some big seagulls around here. If you go to any kind of seaside town in the UK, there's some big seagulls, but the ones in Scotland are built differently.
Iron brute.
They just carry shivs. That's not the news I was expecting.
No, I just saw the word Seagull Summit and I'm like, hold up, I need to read this.
No, they are. It's like a pterodactyl coming down.
Yeah.
Like they are. Basically, they are giant.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to try and steal a Glaswegian's chips, though. I think that would go badly for me.
Yeah, I do. I think if a seagull tries to steal a bad Mars bar, it's probably going to get battered. Let's carry on the jokes with a Reddit story this time. And we're kind of going away from Tfue to another one.
Excellent.
Actually, I think we can say arsehole, can't we?
I reckon so.
Yeah, everyone has an arsehole. So, am I the arsehole? So, am I the arsehole? Yes. But basically, if you haven't heard before, every episode, my wife goes into the dark corners of Reddit to find a gaming-based story for all of us to laugh at somebody else's misfortune. And this time we have from the Am I the Arsehole subreddit. Am I the arsehole for... I hope you'd say arsehole, I just said it 100 times. Say it a few more times. Am I the arsehole for proposing to my girlfriend with a video game relic instead of a ring and refusing to buy a ring after? As you can see at the top there, arsehole.
The word, not like... It wasn't a JPEG.
Oh, this is going to be a good one. So I don't read any of these before the podcast. I know nothing about them, so this is why they're fun. This is quite a short one, actually. So my girlfriend and I met in a Skyrim meme page in 2014 and have been together for 6 years.
I hope every morning, like, first one stirs and goes, you're finally awake.
Ah, that must... That's a real relationship goal right there. Skyrim meme page.
I saw him across the arrows in the knee and I knew he was the one.
Just going to repeat that. My girlfriend and I met in a Skyrim meme page. I just imagine the flirting backwards and forwards. Just shouting like Fosrodar at each other. Definitely sweet rolls are involved. I hope that's their pet name.
Oh.
Last week was our anniversary and I decided I wanted to propose. Since we met via Skyrim, I thought I would promise with the Amulet of Mara, which is a symbol that somebody is ready for marriage. She doesn't really wear jewelry or anything, has never shown me a ring she likes when we talked about marriage, so I thought it'd be sweet to have something that brought us together. I set up this whole picnic of our favourite things and sweet rolls, hopefully. And when I proposed, she looked sad and asked about a ring. I told her I thought the Amulet of Mara was sweet because we met via Skyrim. Ooh. The other day she sat me down and said she thought the amulet was very sweet and she liked it, but she wanted to go ring shopping. I told her I already bought the necklace. I didn't see any reason for a ring since I didn't propose with one. She said she appreciated the sweet gesture, but she really wanted a traditional ring. We got in an argument. It's been tense the last few days. Am I the arsehole? There is an update, but I want to get your opinion first.
I like the outside the box thinking, especially with the basis of their sort of relationship, but I feel once the issue is then raised, you correct it.
I feel like they could have got a Skyrim-inspired ring.
I mean, there's plenty of them in the game, legendary or just otherwise.
Yeah, I feel like that could have been an easy way to go. It is a difficult one. So let's go to see what people think. At least she was mature about it. They could maybe split buying an engagement ring. This ambulance costs like $20. Maybe she thought it was a bit cheap. It's a bit hard. Obviously we're on Reddit here, so everyone is harsh.
Yeah.
A lot of people are just saying. Somebody said their husband got him a replica of Arwen's sword. That's pretty cool. Yeah, definitely got a sword. I
mean, that though could backfire if they really don't like it, because then you've armed them.
I suppose, yeah. Should have got him some legendary armour.
That'd be good.
That would be cool. It's surprisingly like, I think there's not really any interesting comments on this one, which is really disappointing.
Strange.
There's not even any Skyrim memes, and there's also, yeah, no one really disappointed Reddit on that one. But basically, long story short, they bought a ring.
Fair. As I think they should have.
Yeah, no further update needed. I think it's quite cool.
Yeah, I like the idea. Maybe they should have done both. Like the action, here's the necklace, but also ring.
I wonder if they had a Skyrim themed wedding.
Everyone says the same few things every now and then.
Yeah.
And stares at everyone.
Okay, we're gonna get into some difficult conversations now. So the theme of this episode is games we should have played by now but haven't.
See, thankfully I did get clarification on games of shame because I was ready to talk about Futanari Simulator. That was going to be very difficult.
That's a topic for a whole new... That's a whole nother topic there. So yeah, basically we're going to talk about incredibly influential, famous games that we probably should have played in our many years of gaming. So I've been gaming nearly 40 years now. You've probably been gaming many years as well. I think we're both early adopters.
Oh yeah.
But obviously there are games we haven't played, and definitely some of these are going to cause some controversy.
Yes, a little bit of friction.
So we've both picked around 5 games.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of scared with these ones. I don't know whether just to rip the band-aid off instantaneously.
Yeah. I'm gonna jump in with probably my worst, and also more of a catch-all by doing... Okay, so...
Get the excuses lined up now.
The only Zelda game I have played is Minish Cap.
Oh no, I know where this is going.
I've played none of the others. None of the Switch ones, none of the OG N64, none of the SNES or NES ones.
I think the worst thing is you haven't played Ocarina of Time, which is widely regarded as the greatest video game of all time.
The amount of lists I've looked at, though, like aggregates of scores and just culturally and critically acclaimed one that's had in the top 5 of all time, Breath of the Wild, and I'm like, come on, bro. Really?
See, I've never finished Breath of the Wild. Because you wouldn't stand a chance of finishing Breath of the Wild. It's literally a distraction simulator. You'd never finish it.
I'd be lost in the source.
So you never play. So what? Why the Minish Cap? Why random Zelda to have played out of all of them?
Because I just remember in high school, a bunch of friends just came in with their DS's, Game Boy SPs, and yeah, linked up and played a lot of it. It's like, do you want to play on this for a bit? So yeah, there was a couple of weeks where I'd drop in and out of playing Minish Cap on the 4-player co-op.
Yeah, I think it was SP Advance.
Yeah, and that's as far as I can recall, the only Zelda game I played.
And how many Nintendo consoles have you owned?
Do we count handhelds, like solely handhelds?
Yeah, because there's a lot of Zeldas on there.
2.
Yeah, so it's not. It's kind of more forgivable because of that reason.
Yeah, I've had Game Boy and I've had a DS. That is it.
I'm just gonna get my worst one out of the way now, and this is bad. But to be fair, excuse, I never owned the console back in the day, and we went back. If you want to hear about our Mega Drive memories, we've literally done a specific episode for that because I didn't own a SNES back in the day, and somehow, still to this day, so. About 32 years after release, I still haven't played Super Mario World.
That's a big one.
I have not played what most people regard as the greatest Mario game of all time, because let's get some more reasons. I never owned a SNES back in the day. I'm not the biggest platformer fan of all time because I suck at them.
Same.
And it's just one of those games I've never got round to actually playing. Yeah. Which is going to be the case. It's like we've both played hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of games, and you cannot play every single game of all time. And some games aren't for people, and this is why, in a previous episode on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/DannyGamesman, I was trying to find a specific game at a recent game market here in Norwich, and it was a box copy of Super Mario World for the SNES. So that's the game it was. For those who watch on YouTube as well, that was the game I was specifically looking for because I wanted a boxed copy to then, look at this sounds crazy, but look at the box, read the manual, really have the full experience and then play it.
Yeah.
I have got it. I have a SNES set up in front of me, and this is how Games of Shame is going to replace the short games and Down in Gamesman Games Club. Between each episode, we're going to have a vote. We're going to probably bring it down to 1 or 2 games at the end of this. We're going to have a vote, so you listeners can vote which game me and Dad cross off our list of shame before the next episode. With some of these games, because some of these games, spoiler alert, are very long.
Yeah.
We probably won't finish them, but we will finally play them.
Yeah, dip in. Little experience.
So, yeah, Super Mario World. Never played it.
Both going in with a Nintendo game that we should have played.
2 of the biggest games of all time.
A little series you may have heard of.
Oh, it's probably just going to get worse.
So, what should I get? I'll go for a little bit more of a low-key one, but still one that's regarded pretty highly, and that is Papers, Please.
Yes, heard very good things about this game. Never played it for just accessibility for myself.
That's fair. Yeah, if you don't know, it's a weird thing where you basically play like a passport office kind of border patrol person working in a kiosk, and you have to process people coming through, and you have to balance the line between keeping your bosses happy and not being a douche canoe. So you'll maybe let some things slide, or you have to, you know, catch some more dangerous people out on things, or just be like, oh, someone's trying to get through to go and see their family.
Exclusive to Steam.
I think so, yes.
Exclusive to PC even, which
Yeah.
is Steam really.
Thankfully, because it's, you know, pretty limited resource-wise, even my janky-ass computer can play it. I just haven't, so I don't have a reason.
Do you own it yet?
I do not.
I don't know if it was like on your Steam backlog of shame, because that's a whole different kettle of fish.
Do you know what? It might be. I just never look at
Yeah,
Steam.
who knows? Maybe it's been picked up with some humble bundle at some point.
More like, 20 pence. I'll have that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Steam's terrible for that.
You know, it was mid-2010s, I think, and that was, you know, in those wave of indie games getting a lot of critical renown and doing the rounds, and that was one that a lot of people really got stuck into. I think it was quite in depth for how simple it looks.
Yeah.
That's my little-
I'm going to throw it back to another absolute ginormous franchise, which has had many games, but like I kind of fell out of love of the series around this point, and it is a Halo game.
I was going to guess Leisure Suit Larry.
No, I never fell out of love with the Leisure Suit Larry games. They're just all-time classics. I have never played Halo Reach.
I think I have.
I think it was just about that time, because when Halo 3 came out, I ploughed hours into that.
Yeah.
We had a full setup. We had 2 TVs, 2 Xboxes. We hooked up. We played online. I played an obscene amount of Halo Original, an obscene amount of Halo 2, an obscene amount of Halo 3. One of my friends was one of the top ranked Halo players in the world at one point. And
Nice.
yeah, we all ploughed an insane amount of time into it. By that time, I think I just got burnt out.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
fair.
never played. And I think it's widely regarded as having one of the best stories. Like kind of the Halo TV series was even setting up for that story
Nice.
before it got cancelled and put down.
Take
Yeah,
that back in short.
never played it, and I think it's worse. I think it's actually included with the Master Chief collection.
Oof.
But yeah, I've heard it's like still very, very playable, especially on like PC, and like I think the Xbox Series X version of it looks pretty good still. So yeah, definitely one, probably a very easy one to cross off the list.
I reckon so. Accessibility wise, it's going to be pretty simple to get hold of.
Yeah. So, but yeah, never played it, and also going back to our news earlier, I don't want to do a twofer, but I haven't played ODST either.
That one is maybe less important to play.
I kind of felt like if I can't be a Spartan, why do I want to be like a? They
Yeah,
are just basically dudes, aren't they?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah, that doesn't sound as fun. That sounds like a step back.
yeah. It's like playing as the Astra Militarian rather than a Space Marine.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to do
Good.
that. Yeah, exact. Very good comparison. Yeah, throw it back to you.
I will go with, seeing as I'm quite a sci-fi fan, and I do like an RPG kind of in-depth, vaguely horror kind of thing. I've not played System Shock 2 or System Shock, but specifically.
There's a
2.
very good. Again, that's quite a good accessibility kind of one. Very much kind of PC lot. But I think good news for yourself. They've actually re-released them quite recently.
Yeah, which is quite handy if that's where the vote ends up going. 'Cause
Yeah,
that
I
means you
don't
get
think
on.
I've played them, or not in like since the very early days of PC.
Yeah, I think it was one I've been intrigued to play for a while, but until the remaster came out, I was like, that is going to be difficult on the eyes. It's going to be like getting hit with Lego.
Yeah,
Can't do
because
it.
it's essentially very much a neon
Yeah,
Blade Runner-esque kind of.
and almost like playing through an old Windows 98 screensaver.
I think it's got that kind of old mentality as well. It's like find the key cards, get through stuff, do X, do Y.
Yes, like classic one. I don't think you could properly look up or down. It was just reticles in the middle. You shoot or hit wherever you're looking.
Yeah.
But
Yes, that's a good one. I'm going to drop in the most accessibility based one of all time.
Mhm.
So, one, as a game collector, for me, a lot of the time when I play a game, or I'll wait to play a game until I have the physical disc to play it on the correct console, because I'd rather play games the way they're meant to be played. And this is a PS1 game, so it's not that hard to do because I have in front of me now a CRT TV and a PS1. Or obviously I could play it through the PS2 to get the slight upscaling, or through the PS3 to play in HD on a bigger screen, even though I think PS1 games definitely belong on a CRT screen.
Yeah.
But this is a game that's quite expensive. And I've waited to play this game for a very, 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 very long time because I've not been able to physically buy a copy. I really hope you never owned a copy of this game. And that is
Castlevania 4?
It's very close. It's so... Remember PS1?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm...
It's Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Damn.
Which is about a £400 to £500 PS1 game, which is why I haven't played it.
Yeah, no.
But I think it's widely regarded as basically the best Castlevania.
Mm.
I think it's essentially a reimagining or remake of the first one.
I think so, yeah.
I haven't looked too much into it because that £500 price tag slightly puts me off.
As it would.
But yeah, interestingly, I didn't actually realise until recently because this is how it goes with Limited Run. I actually own a copy I can play on the PS4 because they did a Castlevania collection which included that one and Rumba of Blood, I think, on the same disc.
Nice. What about Simon's Quest?
I have a physical copy of Simon's Quest on the NES.
Yeah, never played.
So I actually have Castlevania 1, 2 and 3 on the NES physically, 2 boxed in pretty good condition. Don't have Castlevania 4 because I could never find a good condition copy, but yeah, Symphony of the Night is the big one for me, which I haven't played. Even though I have the ability to play, I'm just being stubborn and wanting to play it. How
That's fair.
Dracula intended on the PS1.
Classic. Let's see, what am I going to go with it? I'm going to go slightly... kind of almost what I went with last time, in a sort of first-person puzzly kind of vibe. I think this one has been re-released with a more free movement kind of thing. The classic, I think, was very point-and-click-ish, and that's Myst.
Yes, I actually was a real big fan of Myst back in the day, on actually playing it on an old school PC.
Yeah.
It's a very, very difficult game.
It's, yeah, I've heard it's not particularly forgiving.
But also, I do feel like it's been ported to everything known to mankind.
I do believe there's Myst VR, which...
That could be really cool.
That'd be fun.
To be honest, it's essentially just slightly moving pictures, so you can probably get it a decent kind of upscaled, looking alright kind of way.
I reckon so, yeah. And then I can just get locked in a room at home and be puzzled as to why I can't get out of a wardrobe.
It definitely has some very obtuse puzzles, I will say that. Some of it is definitely difficult for the sake of being difficult.
Very pixel hunting kind of nonsense.
Yeah, or like things that just make no sense, but yeah, I think it's definitely one you should play.
Yeah, that seems like a cult classic one that it's... I've nearly played it so many times and then just gone, bah, don't kill anything. So
I think there's many Myst games as well, so I think you could basically start at the beginning and work your way through. But I think we're definitely also overdue for a Myst game.
Yeah, this whole list is Myst games. But sorry.
That was a terrible joke.
Yes.
Okay, game that's been very high on my backlog to play recently because I think a lot of people consider it one of the best indie games of all time. I don't know if you've played it, Undertale.
I haven't, no. I've watched the full playthrough, which is not the same, but I've not played it, no.
No, I think I played about 5 minutes and got distracted for it. Do you know what? This isn't for me now, but it definitely should be soon.
Mm.
I think it's on Games Pass as well. I think a lot of people consider it as like one of the kind of like Mount Rushmore of like indie darlings. So definitely, I think that's one I've not really got much of an excuse to play. I'm very intrigued by it. I like the art style. I like the people who made the game. I think that's like everything about it.
Yeah.
It's just, that's more one of the ones I just haven't got round to playing and probably should just make the time for sooner rather than later.
Yeah. And one of the random me facts about Undertale is that for some reason my brain will conflate one of the tracks from that, Megalovania, with At Doom's Gate.
Yeah.
And they just kind of overlap quite nicely, and sometimes my brain will go, just switch tracks without realising. Oh yeah, so I have. But yeah, there's a lot of weird, interesting mechanics they put in there. So yeah, very turn-based, but then you also have like bullet hell kind of things in there.
Yeah, I think it sounds like it's a basic game that has a lot going on. I'm quite here for it.
Yeah, very bleak at times. But I should probably avoid it for that reason.
Yes, I think that might have been the reason I didn't really fancy it at the time, because I think I was coming off something. It might have actually been after I finished Metro Exodus.
Ah, yes.
Spoiler alert, one of the most depressing endings of any game ever. So yeah, definitely don't want to jump back into that one anytime soon. But yeah, what is your last game of shame this time?
One that I do not have a single good reason as to why I've not played it, because on paper it is very much something I would enjoy, and that is Hades.
Yes, you would really enjoy. I think Hades you'd really enjoy.
Yeah, I like the sort of the classics around it, you know, the sort of Greek mythology bits going on there. I like the art style. I like, because it's roguelike, isn't it, I think?
Yeah, roguelike.
I like that. It's hack and slash. It looks fun. I do not know why I've not played it.
No, you really do not have an excuse not to play it. I think you need to
Rectify this.
rectify it. But yeah, like I said, we will be making a list of all the games we have said this time, or we might narrow it down a little bit, and then we will kind of challenge each other to play the games.
Yeah. And if someone votes for Zelda, no, I don't own anything. I'm not buying it for that. So
I will lend Dead and N64 so we can play it. Okay, let's get to my last one. And this has been a kind of running joke here on the podcast, because there is a certain game I have a very large hatred for, but it's a hatred which kind of comes from nowhere, and maybe because I've never actually played it, which maybe makes me sound a bit hypocritical, because I've kind of decided I'm going to hate it before actually trying it. Can you guess what game it is?
Would it be something I possibly have a tattoo based on?
It might well be.
Would that be Dark Souls?
It is Dark Souls. I've never actually physically played myself, controller in hand, Dark Souls. Maybe I am the god of Dark Souls.
Maybe you have gotten good.
Maybe I am god tier at Dark Souls and I just don't know it. I feel like I think I've just built it up in my head as this like unclimbable mountain and like something I can't get into, but I've never tried. So I half wonder if I just need to actually try it in like with like a controller wrapped in bubble wrap.
Yeah.
And just give it a go.
That's fair.
Because where would you say is a good place to start? Is it just Dark Souls or is it Demon Souls?
I feel like,
or do I just jump into Elden Ring?
Elden Ring's good because I think, as we mentioned in a previous episode, they've actually put in a jump button, which is like, whoa. But there is a lot of random jank, and the sort of open worldness can make it a bit more frustrating. You do get a bit more directed in the others, and with where they've gone with the series, going back to Demon Souls when I played it when they re-released it with PS5,
Yeah.
it's really not as horrible as it gets later in the spiritual successors. So maybe Demon Souls is a good entry point.
Maybe Demon Souls PS5 a good entry point now?
I think so, because in comparison, it is a lot more forgiving. There is still some absolute horsepoop, but
so maybe I'll change it to Demon Souls,
that's fair.
and then I'll just smash that. Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, Elden Ring expansion,
Complete it,
Bloodborne. Everything.
Bloodborne can eat a bag.
Maybe I'll just become like the god of Souls-esque.
Imagine if you were John Dark Souls this whole time.
Yeah. So what we'll probably do, we are going to put these up for the vote a couple of days, probably after the podcast drops, between the two podcasts. We'll probably just put all the games up for now, but we can just kind of do it on like a tournament ranking where we'll just basically drop them out as we go. Try and get through this backlog of games we should play. I can see already how it's going to go. It's either going to be it's either going to be Demon Souls or Legend of Zelda or Ocarina of Time, isn't it? I'm sure I can find a 3DS or something I can lend you to play it.
Oh, that'll do it.
If not, emulation. But yeah, we are coming to the end of the podcast because it probably doesn't show on the camera at all, but it's really, really warm.
That's why we're both wearing black, so you can't see how much we're sweating.
Yes, it is incredibly, incredibly warm in here. So we just got time for one question this time, which is a YouTube-based question. So it's from Mistaken Stranger 8343. They ask, how's the PlayStation Platinum Trilogy hunt going? Because if you haven't watched me on YouTube, I have nearly completed a collection which entails every PS1, PS2 and PS3 game ever released under the Platinum label here in the PAL region. I'm hoping to complete it by the end of 2025, be one of the first people possibly in the world to some reason collect every Platinum game ever released for the PlayStation. And basically asking, am I at the stage now when I'm fully depending on importing the remaining PS2 games? Because at the time of recording this, I am down to 16 PS2 games left to find.
Sweet.
In the entire world.
And how many total did that have off the top of your head?
250, I think it was 251. 251 PS1 Platinum, PS2 Platinum games released all around the world, because the PAL region also includes the UK, Europe, Australia, and this is the worst part, India. So yes, the last games I have are imports, and spoiler alert, the day this drops, I'm awaiting a very, very large delivery of PS2 games, which should have been delivered before the next episode of the PlayStation Platinum Trilogy, which drops the week after this.
What?
And that, so basically, not the day after this podcast, the week after this podcast, that's Saturday night at 5, there'll be a new episode of the PlayStation Platinum Trilogy, and it's a game changer.
Nice.
Trust me, do not miss it. I'm just building the hype now, but it's time to go outside, get some fresh air, touch grass, and hide from the sun. So remember to check me out on YouTube, youtube.com/DanTheGamesMan. Make sure you hit that follow button on the podcast, as we drop the podcast every other Friday at 5 o'clock. Leave us a rating wherever you listen. It really helps kind of push it to other people. Tell your friends this is the greatest podcast of all time. If you're at Paramount Plus, please sponsor us. We love your programming. And it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me.
And as always, keep playing the game. See y'all soon.